Here is just an overview look of everything. I will go through and show you individual categories in just a second, but I just wanted to show you kind of a flat lay, I guess, of what everything looks like. So here's all the makeup that I finished in 2017. I can go ahead and include the total on the screen as well and compare it to last year's number, because I definitely didn't use up as much product for 2017 as I did in 2016 or 2015, but a lot of this stuff is getting moved out, so that's all that matters to me. I'm really pleased with it. But anyway, I will go ahead and break it into different categories right now. For my primer category, this is actually pretty impressive for me. I don't typically wear a face primer unless I'm forcing myself to wear some. And I had a ton of mini primers, so I decided to try and use up as many as I possibly could. I do believe that there are 8 of them here. I have one from Josie Maran over on the left, 3 of the MAC Strobe Cream Minis, 1 of the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer ones. I like this one so much I bought the full size. There's one from Dior Cover FX Illuminating Primer, the Clinique Super Primer, and then I added this guy in on the end because I didn't have any other sunscreens that I finished off. I finished off one sunscreen. This is the Dr. Jart UV Sun Fluid, has an SPF of 30, so I was pretty happy about this category. I know I still have a lot of work left to do in my primers, but 8 is a pretty big number. I decided to include all of my face products together. I have tinted moisturizers, BB creams, and foundations here. I usually bounce around between my foundations, so I really don't have a lot finished off for this year, but I do have one tinted moisturizer. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Silky Sheer BB Face Lotion. It does have a tint to it, and it also has an SPF of 30. I have the Pond's Luminous Finish BB Cream. I really like this one. They've since discontinued it. And then I have 2 foundations over here on the right. I have the old formulation of the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And then I also have the MAC Studio Fix foundation as well. So I was pretty happy that I moved a handful out. Concealer wise, I feel like I did an awesome job. 2 of these are some of my favorite concealers. I have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I get shade NW15. Love this thing to death. I recently started using my backup of this and I have fallen right back into love with it, but I have a video showing how to pop this top off if you have trouble getting the top off. I'll link that video up in the cards and in the description box if I remember. This one's probably my all-time favorite concealer. This is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Waterproof Concealer. Love this thing to death. I get shade number 3. And then this is probably my 3rd or 4th tube of this. This is the NARS Radiant Creaming Concealer in Light 2, which is also called Vanilla. That is probably going to be my last one of those that I use. But 3 concealers, I'm super ecstatic about that. Only 1 face powder this year. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Light Plus, I believe. Yeah, this is my summer shade, and it is all finished in here. So just 1 face powder. Bronzers, I had a couple in mind that I wanted to finish this past year, but I was only able to finish off the one Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. It's a pretty big bronzer. This is the full size here, and this one is completely finished off. So I really like this. I do have a mini of this that I will probably work on in 2018, but for 2017, this is my only bronzer that I finished. Blushes looks a little bit better, and all of these are relatively neutral shades or a very light peachy pink sort of a tone. I don't try to pan anything really intensely colored or anything super crazy colored because I just don't reach for them on a daily basis. But for blush, I was able to finish off 3. I have 2 powder blushes and then 1, I guess, cream blush you could call it. This is the Tarte Flush Cream Stain. It was just a kind of light wash of a berry color, but it was very natural. You could sheer it out. I also have the Sephora powder blush. I think they've since discontinued these, but I think this was in one of my earlier projects this year, my finished 4 by 4th of July, if I'm correct. This one is in Rose Petal, and then the one on the far right, this is probably one of my all-time favorite neutral blushes. This is from Tarte. This is one of the Amazonian clay blushes. This one is in Exposed, And you can see there, that one is all finished off as well. So really happy to get a couple blushes moved out of the way for 2017. Highlighters was kind of a sad category for me for 2017. The only one that I finished off was this one from Becca. This is just a little deluxe size. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. And this was in an earlier project this past year. I found that the liquid version of Opal is a little bit lighter than their powder version. The powder version's way too dark for me and I can't wear it, but this one I can. For brow products, this one actually was a pretty impressive category, I thought. On the far left over there, I do have the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. That one that was in like Universal Taupe, it really wasn't my favorite. It was very hard and you really had to dig it into the brows to deposit any product. I also had one from Cella. These are probably my all-time favorite. These are from L'Oreal. This is the Brow Stylist Definer. I think they only have 3 shades, but I get the darkest one. I think it's like deep brunette or deep brown or something, and I love it. Then this one was actually a really nice pencil, but it just went so fast. This one's from Jordana. This is one of the quick brow pencils, the micro pencils in dark brunette. That was a really nice one and it was only like $4 from the drugstore. I have one of the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencils in medium brown. I also have the Benefit Bravo Conditioning Primer. This was weird, but I usually just put it on my brows at night when I didn't have any other product in them and it just kind of shaped them. So it was easier to apply product the next day. This one looks like it has a little bit of product left in here, but this one is as used up as I can get it. This is the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel in Granite, and this is a goner. I didn't add this one into my numbers, but this is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. It's just a little sampler pack, but I did use up that one top shade right there. Anyway, those are all my brow products from 2017 that I finished off. For my lip glosses, I was pretty proud about this category. I was able to finish off 10 of them. A couple are miniature sizes, but that's fine. 10 are moved out of my collection and 10 are off of my inventory numbers. So on the far left, I have one of my all-time favorite glosses ever. These are the Makeup Forever Lab Shine lip glosses. They were discontinued though, unfortunately. I have an Urban Decay Naked Gloss in Love Child, one of the MAC Mineralized glosses in Modern Romance. There is a Dior Lip Maximizer. I really loved that one. It was a little bit of a lip plumper. I have a Too Faced Lip Injection Glossy in Milkshake, 2 Buxom miniature glosses in Dolly. And when you have 2 of these smaller sizes, it doesn't matter if they're the shorter fat ones or the taller skinny ones, like I have one of each here. If you have 2 of those, they actually have the same amount of product as one full size, so there's that. I also have a Tarte Lip Surgeons gloss, just a miniature size. That one was in Exposed, I believe. And then 2 of the Clarins Instant Light Lip Comfort Oils. I have a little travel size of Honey, and also this one here in Mint. I do believe that this one was sent to me through the Octoly website, but that was the only one that was sent out to me. Onto my lipstick category, I do have 6 of them. Some of them are a little bit more sheer, others are matte, but that's okay. They're still classified as a lipstick. So I have one from MAC over here on the far left. That one was a limited edition one. I have one here from Chanel. I do believe this is number 54, Boy. And then I have one from L'Oreal right here. It's sheer linen. I think they've discontinued those. One from Buxom. I've had like 3 or 4 of these. This is in Sydney. I really like those. Here is a Clinique Chubby Stick. This one is in Strawberry, Super Strawberry, I think. Yeah. And then I also have another Clinique Deluxe size. This is their Almost lipstick in Black Honey. So 6 lipsticks. Onto my lip balms, I combined my regular clear version over on the left as well as my tinted ones on the right just to save a little bit of time. I finished off 4 regular lip balms and then 2 standard tinted lip balms. So in the regular ones, I have a Carmex Healing Lip Ointment. I have the Dior, oh, what is this one called? The Smoothing Plumping Lip Balm, the Creme de Rose. I really liked that one. I have my favorite lip balm ever. It's about $4 from the drugstore. This is the Lipsil Swedish Original Mint Lip Balm. And then I also have this one here. This one was sent to me through the Octoly website, but I finished it off really quick because it smells really nice. But this is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Kiss Lip Butter. And then for tinted lip balms, I have the Benefit Lolly Balm. I really love this one. I finished off one of these last year, I do believe. And then I also have a Fresh Sugar Rosé tinted lip balm, and then this one I didn't add into my numbers, but I thought I would include it because I finished it off. It's just a little travel pack of 3 of the different kinds of the Bite Beauty Agave lip mask. So there were my tinted and regular lip balms. For mascaras, I finished off 11 of them. Some of them are smaller sizes, but that's fine. And then I do have 2 of my lash serums over on the far left. The first one there is the Smart Lash Eyelash Enhancer. I would consider that one like a conditioner, like a hair conditioner, but one for your eyebrows. It really didn't seem like it gave any growth or anything, but that one, that is the Grande Lash MD Lash Enhancing Serum. This stuff is great. I've actually purchased 2 of those, and I had one of those sent out to me through the Octoly website, but I've spent my own money on that, and they're pretty pricey, but they do last you for 3 months. So anyway, I have those serums, and then I have one of my Clinique bottom lash mascaras here, a little sample of the MAC in Extreme Dimension, a Benefit their Real Tinted Primer. You could actually wear that one as a brown mascara if you really wanted to. One of the It Cosmetics Superhero mascaras, I really enjoyed that one, and I really enjoyed this one too. This is the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. I have a Buxom Lash little sample. There is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, one of my favorites from the drugstore. There's a Julep Length Matters High Impact Mascara. And then I have a Rimmel Lash Accelerator Endless. I wasn't a big fan of that one. This is probably my all-time favorite mascara for the top and bottom lashes. This is the Laura Mercier. Let me get the name right because I always mess it up. Full Blown Volume Supreme Lash Building Mascara. They actually stopped selling that at Sephora, so I'm a little bummed about it, but I can pick it up from like Nordstrom or something. So it's still being sold, but it's not at Sephora anymore. And then the last one over here on the far right, this is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. I actually was pretty pleased with this one too. So anyway, those are all of my mascaras for 2017. For eyeliners for 2017, I had 3 pencil eyeliners that I finished, 2 liquid liners, and then 1 gel eyeliner. For my pencil liners, I have the Too Faced Waterproof eyeliner right there. I really enjoy that one for tight lining. It stays in my waterline great. I have one of the Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes Intense. I use that one for tight lining, and then this one is one from Kiko. It's their Mystery Liner. Oh, that's the bottom. But I use that one up pretty small. I can't sharpen it anymore because the plastic piece goes up to about right there. But I think this one was in number 17 or something. This was in a project earlier this year. I also have 2 liquid liners. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. Love this thing to pieces, and I have repurchased that one. And then I also have the Max Factor Masterpiece Eyeliner. I really didn't enjoy this one. It had a paddle shape kind of tip on it. I wasn't a fan of that. And then one of my all-time favorite products that I've repurchased over and over and over again, this is the MAC Black Track Fluid Line. And that guy is completely cleaned out. Really happy about that. So those were all of my eyeliners for this past year. For eyeshadows, I finished off a single from that Clinique trio right there. It was this top one in Nude Rose. I also panned these 2 Urban Decay palettes. This is the Urban Decay Feminine palette. And let me show you really quick. That is how far I got on my feminine palette, and this one I wasn't trying to finish because it's a duplicate in both palettes, but I was pretty pleased with how far I got in this one. And then I also panned the Urban Decay Original Naked palette. I'll link my Pan That palette in case you wanted to follow my progress along. I'll link that up in the cards up there as well as in the description box, but this is how far I got on my Naked palette. I had some custom shadows down here and these here, but that is how far this one got, and I'm pretty happy with it. I got my money's worth out of both of these palettes, so there were the eyeshadows that I finished off for the year. kind of a silly category, but I didn't have anything else to lump in with this one. My only eyeshadow base that I finished for 2017 was this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. This one is in Orchid, so it was just a very sheer, kind of a very light kind of purple shade. You really can't see it. You can't see the tone here, but it was just a very light purple color, so at least one of them's moved out. I definitely need to focus some more attention on my cream shadows for 2018. For makeup and setting sprays, I had 3 full sizes that I finished off. This is an old container of the Urban Decay All Nighter XL. I think they've went through 2 packaging changes since I purchased that. And then I have 2 of the MAC Fix Plus sprays. Love those things. I'm planning to repurchase one of those in the next month or 2. But anyway, I had 3 finished off. As far as perfumes go, I finished off 4 of them. I didn't include any of these small travel sprays into my numbers, but I did include these 4 right here. The first one over on the left, I do believe that was in my finished 4 by 4th of July. That one was my XOXO Mi Amore perfume. This one is the Guess for Women perfume. That one was in my Finish 7 by Spring challenge. Here is my Victor & Rolf Flower Balm. This is probably my 3rd one of these that I've used up, I think. I think this is the 3.4 fluid ounce bottle, and then a little mini of this one here from Hot Topic. This is the Black Hearts perfume. It's a little skull and it smells like raspberries. I really like these, but they have discontinued those. And then I have a handful of these over here. One thing I wanted to point out, on the boxes of these little sprayers from MAC, I have 4 of them here. They do say back to MAC on the little package, but I'm not sure if you can use these to back to MAC, but I do have 4 of the Candy Yum Yum fragrances that I used up here, and I have since received a full size of this for my birthday, but I really like the MAC Candy Yum Yum fragrance. So those were all of my perfumes from 2017. My one and only makeup sponge that was used up in 2017. I'm really not a fan of using sponges until I started using this one. This one was actually sent to me in a set, the Real Techniques Prep and Prime set from Octoly, but I've since repurchased this on my own. But I really love this sponge. This is great. The complexion sponge from Real Techniques. It's awesome, but I only have one of these used up for the year. And then finally, for my nail polishes, I do have 12 polishes, colored polishes over on the left that I used up. I used all of these up in my project polish for 2017. I'll include that up in the cards as well as in the description box in case you wanted to follow the progress along. But the furthest MAC polish over on the far left, that one wasn't included in the 2017 project, but I have 1 MAC polish, 2 from Julep, 1 from Maybelline. Here is a NYC polish in Highline Green. I have 2 of the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Extreme Wear polishes, a polish here from Orly. Here is a glitter from Sinful Colors, the China Glaze Blue Sparrow. This one is actually from Wet n Wild, the Fergie line. I think it's been discontinued, but that was a really pretty pink color. And then a little miniature polish from Orly in Night Owl. I also finished off a handful of Seche products. This is my all-time favorite base coat right here. This is the Seche Clear. And then I have 3 of the full-size Seche Vite products and a little baby of the Seche Vite. I also have a Seche Clear that's this close to being finished, but it didn't quite make it by the end of December. So anyway, those were all of my nail polishes that I finished off. Really quickly, I just kind of wanted to show you guys all of the MAC products that I finished off. I do have 9 full-size items here that I can use for the Back to MAC program. I was gonna double check with them about the perfumes. I don't know if you need so many perfumes to count as one sample, or if the boxes are just referring to the full size. I'm not sure, so I'll ask them. Anyways, I have 9 full-size finished off MAC products that I will include in my Back to MAC bag over here. I brought a couple with me on the trip so I could go trade them in. I think I have enough for 3 new products now, so that'll be nice. Anyway, those were all of my finished products for 2017. If you do these videos and you document what makeup you finish off for the year, please let me know. I'd love to come over and check it out, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever. So anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.